Back, guys. I can't believe it's already the end of November, so we're back with some hauls. Always, I'm James the Con.
And I'm Bobby the Bot.
And let's get into it. But before we do, thank you to everybody that subscribed. We're almost at 1,000. By the time we're recording this, we are 35 away, which is insane. So if you guys want to join us on this journey and you haven't already, please go ahead and click that subscribe button.
Yes, really helps us out.
Yeah. And one more thing. A lot of these figures you can find on Chosen Prime, so go look them up. They are the sponsors of this show, and you can go grab your own little bit of plastic heaven from them. So let us know if you do pick up anything from them. We always love to hear it. But let's get into it. So we're going to start off with Hasbro first. Honestly, this is a very Bobby-centric episode, as I bet a lot of you can understand. So let's start off with the one Hasbro figure I got that Bobby also got, and that is Code Red. So here he is, and as you can see, I did give him a Decepticon symbol because he's going to be a Decepticon in my collection because he has no, I have no connection to Stranger Things, honestly, and I think it'd be cool to have a pizza guy Decepticon that's trying to get all the kids fat, and I don't think he's even opened it up yet, have you?
I started to. I actually
He started to.
I actually got this far.
It's pretty cool though. I'm glad you did that because I really like that part.
Yes. So this is again. I haven't taken the figure out. I haven't done anything, but I thought the box was amazing. Like the pizza stain at the top, and
the pizza stains, if you look at them, are like symbols.
Yes, and then even at the bottom here, there's some residue of like a pizza crust.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I
they
did
a really good job on that box.
Very good.
The figure also is not bad. I'll be interested to see when you actually open yours up and what you think of it, because it's really not a bad Hasbro figure. To me, it feels like Studio Series 86 Ironhide before it went through a few revisions to get the more show, tune, whatever, accurate one that we got. It feels like this was step one, and then they're like, well, let's just pump it out as a random character. But he does have some height to him, so I'm very happy with that, and I like the weapons. So let me know when you open yours, and we'll see what you got.
Yes, we'll do that very soon.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, you got a Hasbro adjacent figure that you wanted to go ahead and show off.
Yeah, so again, this is a KO, but I did pick up Six Shot here, and I had this as a kid, and for anyone who's paid attention, I said that I was going to pick up KOs of any figures that I had as a kid that I, for whatever reason, no longer have, to add as fillers for the G1s that I have. So that was my KO for November. And Six Shot was a really cool figure.
I really like Six Shot. I've talked about it on the show before. I would totally pick that up. It's a little bit outside of my price range for a KO of a G1 figure. But if the quality's good, let me know, and I might be picking that up too.
Yeah. I haven't, as you see, I haven't opened it yet. But it is something that, again, it's brings back that nostalgia. We always talk about nostalgia on this show, but it was something that I wanted to pick up. I remember when I got it as a kid, even though all the modes weren't great, it was just still amazing that we had a figure that went beyond a triple changer and did 6 different things. I was just amazed. So I did get that as a kid.
Yeah. Talking about nostalgia, Six Shot was my first full third-party figure. Which was the Hexatron from MMC. I mean, that was probably one of the first ones ever to come out, but that was not an add-on set. That was the whole figure itself, and I remember getting that. So he has a very special place in my heart. So
really cool.
Six Shot, not that figure. That figure is not my favorite. I got the black KO on my shelf. Let's talk about some third-party figures. Let's transition into that. I guess that worked out. And a lot of mine do overlap with Bobby's as well, because he went on a spending spree, I think. So just a little bit. So the first one I got, which we talked about a few times, is this roller, the IDW roller. I forgot the actual mod fans made it. and it's a really good figure. I like it. I know you have him drinking his little Kremzig juice box.
Yes, I figured he's standing watch.
Yeah, so I like it. I think he's really cool. I'm gonna have to see how you got that hose on yours because I thought that looks cool, but I couldn't figure it out.
Just
Oh, it's on another gun.
Plugs in the back there, and yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I don't know if I'm gonna do that, but I like the transformation. I don't like how he feels, if that makes any sense.
The paint
feeling on
like
him, it makes me scared that it's gonna scratch.
It's like a matte. It's similar to the Deformation Space figures.
Yeah, and I'm not a big fan of that. But other than that, for like $30, this is one of the best figures, value per price, I guess you could say. Yeah, it's a really nice figure. I would go pick it up in all the colors. If you like that, I'm not going to though. So I'll leave that to Bobby.
Yeah, well, I already did, and I love the figure. I love the heft of the figure. I mean, it feels really good in hand. It doesn't feel cheap at all. I wish the wheels pegged in alt mode, but I understand why. Just in case it's going over some rough terrain, the tires will adjust, which is kind of cool as well. So it gave us something that we may not think about if we're just putting it on a flat table, but if it's like going over rocks or terrain or something like that, it will adjust. So I do love that fact.
And something I want to bring up is the attention to detail, because he has like this spark crystal underneath everything that they did not need to put in, but they did. So I like that about that it's just a little bit of life to the character that usually a lot of companies would just make that a flat plastic blocks, with no detail or whatnot. So
yeah, it's like really the little light in his alt mode too, like the
exactly. It kind of like goes it doesn't, but I think that's what they were trying to do, like it goes all the way through his chest. So it's cool. All right, my next third-party figure, I got this dark Sideswipe right here, and ooh, that glare. So this is a repaint of the I forgot the name of the magazine, but he turns into a bull, which makes sense for Sideswipe. And I got this for about exactly. And I got this for about $30 on Bamboo Speed. They were running a sale, so I wanted it already. I saw that sale, and I'm like, well, that's cheaper than a Hasbro Voyager for a lot more than a Hasbro Voyager. So I picked this thing up with no questions asked. I think I got it shipped for like $38, which is the same price as a Hasbro Voyager. And I really like this thing. Mine does have one bum leg that I need to fix. Once I get a longer screw, it'll be fine. But it still transforms. It still pegs in. You just got to hold it a little bit when you bend it. But yeah, I really enjoy this figure.
I'm actually on the hunt for the red version now as well, because I did pick up that black one, I think early this year or late last year when it came out, and I love it too. So I'm glad you were able to pick it up, James.
Yeah, and at that price, I can't complain at all. Even with the leg issues I had, I'm like, I'll make it work. So it's really cool. All right, so now the last thing, and this was probably one of my most anticipated figures of the year. After they showed it off, we've got TFC's Dark Savior. And no, he does not come with the sword. I'm going to just put a disclaimer out there. I had this sword laying around, and I gave it to him. And isn't he just a beauty? I love this thing. And I know Bobby got his as well.
Unfortunately, we had it in the same mode.
Yeah, but like these wings are just gorgeous. All of the colors. It has enough teal. If you've been watching this channel, you know that I need teal in my Nemesis Primes. It definitely has that. I mean, enough of it to where it doesn't get too much. I love how everything has a place to go. The only drawback are those boxes, because there's not really much to put in them. But at the same time, you can just leave them off to the side and you can still transform it just fine. Yeah, I think this thing's amazing. I'd say pick it up. I'm going to pick up the white version if it comes out. I'm just going to say it now, because I don't know what TFC did to this mold, but it is probably one of my all-time favorite molds. There's not another mold out there that's like $150 to $200 that I have 4 of them. And I've enjoyed every single version of it. I know you can't say the same.
I just can't say that I have 4 of them. I might have.
No, I'm saying that there's other figures that you have 4 of that you enjoy all of them, and probably multiple figures.
Yeah, well, I mean, actually, when you mentioned that, I think I have green, white.
Yeah, 5. You have 1 more than me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The Chinese,
the orange, red one.
Orange,
yeah.
Red, yeah. So
he's like the Monkey King.
The Monkey King. Yeah. So I do like it, and it's something you've convinced me to pick up, and I'm glad I did pick it up, and like you, I will be picking up the white version whenever that comes out as well, and probably, if they make a purple one, like a Shattered Glass or something like that.
Oh, I'd buy that too.
I'd buy that.
They'd have all my money.
Yeah, so it is something that I can definitely see continuing. So, okay.
All right, I think I have one more that I forgot about.
You do.
And it kind of went on the shelf and I forgot about it. I'm only going to show off a few pieces, and that's the white Calculation King. He's fine, and there he is in combined mode. Bobby got him as well. We talked about this on the show when they first showed off that they had some leftover stock, and both of us said we were getting it. We didn't lie. We both did pick it up, and I do like it. There are definitely flaws in these figures, but it's like $60 for all of them, so that's what, like $15 a figure. No, that a little less than $15 a figure. Yeah, something like that. So I'm not complaining at all. I like it. It's cool. It comes with a cool sword, and they're fun to transform. They're fun to fiddle with. But they do have like this bad yellowing on it right here. All of them do. I looked at yours. I looked at the pictures you sent me, and I looked at like if you could see the different yellows.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, And I looked on people that bought this 3 years ago, and they had the same issue as well. So this is not a new issue. It must be something with how they made it. And honestly, I'm able to be like, it's just another color of white that they used on it. You know what I mean? It's off-white. It's not the worst thing in the world. Yeah, exactly. Since they're all uniform, it's okay. It's not as bad as Hasbro when they, what was it? Some of the gray was yellowing and turned into a green. No, that was pretty bad. So
yeah, no bueno.
Okay, well that's everything I got for this month. I'm gonna go ahead and spotlight Bobby because
the pressure is on.
Let's see if hi, there he is. Okay, let's go ahead and see everything he got. I think he got like 25 figures.
No, not at all. But I figured something I'll do that will actually probably dive into my dabbling. So let's go ahead and start with Legends.
Of course, we're starting with Legends. That's his favorite scale.
Don't do that.
And that's his favorite proportions.
This was so cute. We talked about it on the show, and it's Magic Square's Truck Boy. Not true Legends, but from a company I think of when I think about Legends, besides New Age. And this was a really fun character, so much that I may be picking up a couple of more of these. These are really, really cool, and the transformation is really cool. Very complex for it to be such a small figure. So very glad I picked this up, and this will be one of my desk spots. The other thing I picked up was MPH Studios Optimus Prime, and he is so tiny, but he looks great. And unfortunately, one of his antennas was missing, so I will be reaching out to get a replacement part on that. But otherwise, I really like the figure, and the transformation is really cool. The only thing I don't like about it, and maybe I'm doing something wrong, but the chest piece doesn't tab in securely if you don't hold him really by the waist. If you were like to pick him up here, Of course, now he wants to work right. So okay, go figure. I must have did something right just now. But that's probably my only gripe. So otherwise, I like this figure as well.
I thought he was going to be smaller, honestly.
Honestly, I didn't know what to expect, and I'll show you in just a little bit why I say that. Something
Okay.
I canceled, or at least I thought I canceled, but I found out that I actually had 2 pre-orders in by mistake, and that is the Magic Square Mirage. So I ended up picking it up, even though I didn't think I was going to pick it up. So there you go. There you have it. I do like it. The transformation, there's a little part in the right here in the legs that you have to make sure everything lines up correctly, because it would not peg in for me for the longest. And so I was literally, took me probably like 3 minutes of fiddling with it to make sure everything lined up and it fit in snugly. And again, maybe I was doing something wrong, but the alt mode looks great. The bot mode looks great. So I do recommend this figure as well. And my last, this guy, and this is the New Age Behemoth, aka Sludge. Again, when James and I saw this, we really liked it. I tried to convince him to pick it up, and he didn't. But you know, his loss. I'm taking it as great figure, and it's bigger than what I thought it was going to be. And this is where I was going to tell you about the comparison, James. Mm-hmm. You know, MPH Studio, and it probably doesn't help that I have a blue shirt on, but
no, I can see. I can see.
You can see like Prime goes up to like his chest, lower chest.
That's about right with the scale, correct?
He's they're not that much bigger than Prime.
Oh, okay.
Maybe towards the top of their chest, you know, maybe midsection, but he's like more so like towards his belly or so. But again, this figure looks great. I'm so glad I picked it up, and he'll be getting joined by his friend Swoop in a short period of time. So I'm really looking.
Yeah, but they don't go together. You have to get the Swoop that goes with this one.
In my world, these are going together because they're Dinobots and they're different colors than the original. That's all that matters.
All right. Break the rules.
Yeah, exactly. Something else that I picked up, let's go ahead and jump into the MP side of things. This was a really cool figure, I thought. And this is Toy Easy's Gustav, which is their railgun. And
oh, wow, it's huge.
I love the blast effect. That is so cool. And the track doubles as a base for them, and it's really cool. You can actually store weapons and things under here. We can actually see the stand for him to peg into. It stores under here. He comes with a bunch of, now this is something I don't really like. I like it, but I wish they did better. You can actually load the missiles into the gun almost, you know, so you can kind of set it up like it's going in. And there's little add-ons, like this is the type of the device that was used to push the missiles in to the gun, which was really cool. And here's kind of like I guess like maybe the gunpowder or whatever they used. It looks like a cigarette, but it's, you can set it up on here so it looks like it's actually doing the job of loading it into the.
Oh, that's actually really cool. Yeah.
So I do wish it kind of pegged in, because otherwise it just slides all over the place if you pick it up. So but that's really cool about this. And I do wish, because there's so much detail on here, I do wish there was a little bit more color on here to kind of highlight some of those details, but they didn't. And I'm still okay with it. It looks really, really good in this mode. And eventually I will go ahead and transform him into bot mode. He does come shipped in bot mode. So I just really wanted to see what this looked like. And I just haven't had a chance to transform him back yet. So what else do we have here? let's continue. And I did pick up Kang Toys. I think it's Hunt Pow, and this is their version of Ravage, the triple changer that turns into a car. It's packed.
I wouldn't go that far.
What?
It's a cat that turns into a car. I don't think it's supposed to be Ravage.
It turns into a jet. I'm saying, I mean, it's a Ravage-esque type.
Yeah, okay.
You know, it's a jet.
I'll give it to you.
Like a big cat, whatever kind you want to call it. The only big cat I think about it from Transformers is Ravage. So again, it's pretty cool. There were a couple of points around the shoulders getting these up that you had to kind of finagle with the arms to spin it around, but I haven't transformed it to the jet yet, which I will be doing later today, hopefully. But you can see the butt thrusters here to, you know, if he's chasing you, has a little extra boost in there to catch you. But I thought this was really cool, honestly. The car looks great. That was my favorite mode. It comes shipped in as the vehicle, and stay tuned and I'll let you guys know what the jet's like. Now let's kind of go into some of the more familiar ones, and this is Xtransbots Bond and James. I did pick up the US version and the Japanese version. I like the Japanese version as the Decepticon and the US version as the Autobot. I think there was a lot of complaints about this figure, and I actually didn't have any problems with the transformation. I didn't have any problems with anything breaking. I didn't have any problems with really anything on this figure. And mine actually, you know, the legs are kind of stiff for me, which I like, you know, no random movements or anything like that. So this is a opportunity for me to actually be winning with purchasing a figure. So I do like both of these as well. Again, they have all those repaints coming down the line that we talked about from TFCon. That's going to really, really dampen my wallet spirit, but it's gonna make me happy. Something else I picked up was the toy version of Magic Square's MP Optimus Prime. I do like the colors on here. We can see this actually was probably like not only a year of Optimus Prime, but like a month of Optimus Prime, since I did kind of pick up 3 versions of him. Looks really great. You know, it's the transformation is fun. Don't have a lot to say about it. It feels good in hand. I just really wanted this one for the toy version. So there you have that. And then I think this is lastly, I did pick up Fanstoys Swerve, and this is a great figure. I am so amazed at how this is based off of the alt mode of Gears, but they transform completely different. And this is probably the easiest third-party MP transformer I've ever dealt with. I mean, literally, it probably takes like a minute to transform him. I was so amazed, and it's so cool. So I do highly recommend him as well. Great figure, good job Fanstoys. And honestly, with these, besides this little guy, I didn't have any QC issues. I wasn't missing anything.
You better knock on some wood.
I know, I'm about to knock on everything. I'm about to go outside and knock on the whole house. So that was my November haul. And you know, I guess let us know what you guys think. You know,
yeah, definitely let us know what you got. If you got anything really cool, let us know. And if you got anything that we got, let us know your thoughts on that. I would love to know if you have that, you know, the Dark Savior, what you guys think of that, or the white Computron. And let us know if yours has yellowing, because if I got a yellowing one and everybody else did and you didn't, I would want to, you know, shout you out and give you a gold medal.
Exactly. Oh, before I forget, I'm so sorry to my neighbor Mike, who actually came out with he dropped these off in my mailbox. These are so cool. There's you know 3M stickers that he made, and they're kind of test shots, but these are so cool. He also did some for me for Star Wars as well, but I did want to show these off and give thanks. This one is really cool because it's actually got a little glare here. It's actually has some gold in it, and it's individually pieced, so you actually have to, you know, take your time with this one.
Line it up.
Yes, versus the other ones, which is just one. So shout out to Mike for dropping these off. I really appreciate it. And
yeah, definitely, those are really cool.
Yes,
so, put them on your car.
I don't know about that, but because he mentioned like once they're on there, they're on there. So I am going to be adding, you know, some to my laptops. So
there you go.
Yeah, and maybe some other things that I can find around the house that I'll put them on. So we really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's awesome. So let us know that. And Bobby, what should they do?
If you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe. As we mentioned, it really does help out the channel, helps us, you know, continue to bring you the information that we find interesting. Hopefully you do as well. You definitely should share the video. Talk to your grandmother. I mean, this is the time of holidays, you know, so share it with everybody. Even if she doesn't know what YouTube is, tell her just to do it anyway. It works, you know, so that helps. Click that bell for notifications whenever we post up random videos like this, talking about our hauls, which is different than the news. And please comment. We did talk about that as well. And like the video.
Yes. Yeah. There you go. So go ahead and do all those things, and we'll see you next time, guys.
All right. As always, till all debates are won, we'll see you next time with the next round of news.